I get you. If someone knocks on your door with a shotgun and they're like, get out, you're gonna be like, you probably be like, why? You're gonna try to reason with them, and then if they just start shooting
depending
you
on
and
who you
pushing
are as a
out,
person, like
most people, like let's say you.
It just varies by individual.
Yeah, you're most likely.
But if you do that to me,
I mean like. There's gonna be a point where you're just not. I mean, what would you do, guys? I guess no. Don't answer that. Never mind.
You just leave. Yeah. You leave like an answer in the comment section.
Yeah.
Do a poll. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I'm not gonna do that. Never mind.
Well, actually, this would.
No, because I don't want it to become that's the point of the video. I want the point of the video to be what we're talking about.
Oh, okay. I see your point. I see your point.
I don't want people to like take it out of context and like be like, "Oh, this guy is polling this," and it's like,
what is it called? I use this though as an analogy to try to get people to understand and have empathy though.
No,
because
I get
it's
you.
like if they were your family, reverting back to the conversation like we were saying, if this was your family or your loved ones, you'd be like, what the fuck, bro? And you'd fuck shit up and be like, you're not gonna do that. That's not okay. And you're not gonna gaslight me and call me a terrorist because you're the one that has the bigger fucking bombs. You're the one that has the gun, I don't. Like, literally, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why, that's the thing. Hamas is not, like, it is an organization, but it's not, like, Palestine has no army. There is no national army. There hasn't been an army, like, ever. Like,
oh, for Palestine?
Yeah, no.
Wow. So they didn't have the option to defend themselves then either.
Well, there was, I think, before 1948, they definitely had, like, villages. They had, like, their chiefs, and then they had, like, protections and stuff like that. Like, they had armed, like, and that's why Palestinian, that's the thing. Before Hamas, there was Palestinian resistance. There has always been Palestinian resistance. We just don't know about it. They just never taught us it. Like the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation, I think, organization, and the PFLO, which is the People's Front for Liberation of Palestine. These were two entities that both, although their end goals might have been different and stuff, still fought for the rights of Palestinians and for the return of their statehood and the return of their land. Because they always had this belief that they would go home. And I think that's what people forget about at the end of the day. These people that are displaced have this dream of going back home.
Yeah, they literally just... So where did these people from Israel come from then, originally?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Yeah, because that's... Forget these for a second. That's my question, because now I'm like... That's
You're like, now who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is you? Okay, so let's
in reality, like, where did they... Because they must have been either pushed out from somewhere else. I'm just like...
No. And let's... No, we'll fucking get into that. Okay, so...
Because then the conflict is even deeper then in that case.
It is.
Yeah.
And it is because, okay, so in 1948, that's after World War II, right?
Yeah.
So after World War II, like a lot of Jewish people obviously fucking fled from Europe because they were being fucking persecuted, as anybody fucking would. And a lot of them settled in Palestine. And they settled in Palestine, and not all of them became Zionists. But there were a number that did. And so a lot of the settlers that you see now, not saying that all of them are white, but a very big percentage of them have ties from Europe.
Sorry.
No, you're good, man. Yeah.
Just warm up in the mittens over here. Shoot. I didn't turn that on, but no, we're good. I'm just... yeah. Let me see if that's coming in through here. I think we're good, but I just want to make sure.
Can you hear it?
A little bit.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. I'll survive.
You sure, dude?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. But no. So a lot of a really big percentage of them are from fucking Europe, dude. And
okay.
Dude, do you remember I told you last time?
Yeah, I'm starting to remember now.
Dude, last time I had told him, I was like, and to this day, DNA testing in Israel is illegal. It's illegal. It's fucking illegal. And because you guys want to know why though, it's because it's gonna show that a lot of the I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of Israelis are not from that damn region. They're from a whole nother fucking region. So you just, yeah. Yeah, so they just came, and there were already, like Zionist entities were already there in Palestine before 1948 when it happened. So them too, like those people too, a lot of them were also from Europe too, coincidentally. Not saying all of them, but a lot of them were.
So
yeah.
the Israel, I'm like mapping it all out in my head now. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Also, remember the thing about Judaism though is that like there's different sects, different branches, like any religion technically, so you get the term Ashkenazi Jew, and that's the one that gets a lot of like argument too because of the fact that a lot of people that are Ashkenazi have like ties to not all of them obviously, but like to Zionism. And when you do a DNA testing, it shows that you are from Europe. That's what Ashkenazi means, or not that they're Europe, like that word means European, but like it has its like roots in Europe, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
because
they came from Europe to Palestine
mm-hmm.
after the war in World War II. Am I following?
Kind of. So technically speaking, there were already Zionist organizations and entities before 1948, like before the war and stuff,
okay.
and before the displacement happened. And they were also, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them were from Europe too.
Okay.
And because again, and this is going to go back a little bit into race, Zionism at its core is a white supremacist belief.
Wow.
Because you believe that you are higher than somebody. You believe that you believe a group of people should just not literally not exist, or you have no regard for them, you complete disregard. And if you start to look up like the meanings of Zionism and all the ties that it has in other countries, you're gonna be like, holy shit. Yeah. It's a whole different topic, but yeah. Mm-hmm. So it goes
deep. It goes real
mm-hmm.
deep.
So yeah, there was already people, like organizations there before the war, but then after the war, like World War II, a lot of more refugees were coming in and stuff. And then like the organizations there were already making like they were bombing places and stuff, and then the whole new load of like immigrants and like refugees from like Europe, like it just like their numbers swelled and whatnot. So that's what led to the whole displacement, the Nakba, destruction.
Damn.
Not destruction. I'm sorry. I now remember what it was. The disaster. That's what it means in Arabic. Nakba means the disaster. No other word for it, but yeah, that's a pretty good word for it. Because goddamn.
Yeah, definitely created a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right. We might, maybe a few more questions, because I don't want it to be too long either.
I feel like we've covered a pretty good like.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the root.
Yeah.
Like we
and
pretty
this
much went
this
all the
is
way through. I guess we went from present, we went backwards to the past, and now we're back here, and we could look to the future, I guess. This is just a few speed questions, I guess, speed round. So, yeah, what kind of intel is being held from us here in the U.S. like concerning, well, maybe not intel. So what's being kept from us as U.S. citizens? Like that's not being talked about.
Oh, from like the government or just in general?
Yeah.
In general?
Concerning like
the
war in Palestine. So like what's being kept from us, you know?
Okay, so everything that we just talked about is being kept from you because that information, a lot of you guys most likely don't know it, and that's not completely your fault because it is a lot, and we were also never taught it because in schools we're never taught about that shit. Like we're taught about what the fucking missions here in fucking California.
Yeah, and that's still like now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, so half of my people, they messed up the other half of my people. Oh. Like, now that I'm thinking about it just now, I'm like, wow.
Well, it was Spaniards that set up the
Yeah.
missions back in like the 1700s, like the late 1700s.
Because I have Spaniard and Native American, so it's literally like... Oh,
half
wow.
and half.
Yeah. I'm literally like almost half and half, so it's kind of just like... It is what it is, I guess, at this...
But everything that we talked about is being kept from you, and the things that you see on the news do not show the whole sides to the story. And but because we live in the digital age, we live in an age full of technology, we're able to get our news sources from various places, which is what I do. And also, all of the things that you've seen about the war, all the videos that you guys probably have seen, those are from people that are going through these things right now. Those are like Palestinians that are going through this shit. So don't just rely on like one news source, especially one that is like mainstream, because a lot of the things that are mainstream only show one side because of the fact that we live in America. So
Yeah.
next question.
Yeah. And I'm trying to cover all sides here. It's just for people who may be thinking we're only covering one side. And I guess in a sense it is true. We are covering only two perspectives. I'm doing my best to try to ask questions from other perspectives as well. And she's just giving me the information that she knows because she knows more about it than I do. And she's read the history.
And I also know
she's
a lot
actually
of fuck
read
shit.
the real yeah, she's read the real history. So I haven't.
A lot of fuck
so
shit, man.
yeah.
A lot of fuck shit.
So so what does Israel have to gain? And if you don't believe her, you can go read it yourself as well. And we want you to.
And I'm gonna send him some like stuff that you guys can check out.
I'll be
News
posting it up and
articles
stuff.
and news sources that are like, again, independent and like show a lot of shit. So I'm gonna send that to him, and he's gonna be able to link it down. And then that way they can like
that's a good
see
idea
it for themselves. And again, you're
that's a
also
great
welcome
idea,
always to do your own research, because the
Yeah.
first thing about critical thinking is you checking shit out for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's how she ended up here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how she has all this, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I also, like, again, like, the whole reason why I know about this was because of the Black Lives Matter movement. Because of all that happened.
Yeah,
because of
that
all the stuff that
opened a lot of
happened.
doors, like, in a good way, I think.
And, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't like the fact that people died.
Yeah.
For me to be woken up, like, it's sad to say, but like when big tragedies happen, big things like this happen, a lot of people definitely, like, you're gonna always have people that don't care, that will look the other way, and then you're gonna have people like me or you who are like, something's not right here, is it?
Yeah, something's off.
Dude, you should watch V for Vendetta.
I have. I didn't get it as a kid. I was like...
Dude, it made so much sense when I got older. It made so much sense.
It looked good. And like, I started watching it, I was like, oh, he's an anarchist. Oh, Anonymous. Okay, I think I get it. Like, but I want to watch it again. So, thank you, Natalie Portman. Shout out to Natalie Portman, man. One of the greats. Dang, Hollywood, man. That's a whole nother thing. But...
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's a different...
Fuck
that's
that,
a completely different
oh, hell
thing.
no. That's just like, that's 5 hours right there.
Yeah,
like,
that's like...
busted like
oh
shit.
My gosh,
Epstein.
Dude.
Epstein just dug... Ew! Actually, a little bit... No.
All right, whatever, we're good. I could cut this out if anything.
No, because it has to do with the Palestinians, actually.
Oh, okay, we're good then. We're
yeah, Epstein, that motherfucker, he, so a lot of, if you guys don't know about this, but the Epstein papers came out in, like, January, remember? Yeah, so they came out recently, like, literally just this month, and they found that a lot of Israeli, not a lot, but there were, prime ministers, like, people from super high positions within the Israeli government that would go to his house and have meetings with him. And, like, yeah, dude, they literally, oh my god, dude, I saw this picture of,
Dang, this guy was just plugged
He was everywhere!
Yeah, he was plugged into everything. That's really scary.
Dude, that's what dude, no, there was pictures of a prime minister that, I don't remember what year he was a prime minister in, but it was an Israeli prime minister, and it showed pictures of him coming outside of Epstein's house, like, covering his face, you know, like, he has ties to, and I'm sorry, something else, the guy who I think defended Trump, his lawyer, And I think that's the same lawyer that defended Epstein too. He has a lot of ties with Israeli, the government and stuff. So yeah.
Dang. I'm sorry.
Make of that what you will.
We're gonna pause right here real quick. I gotta use the restroom. Okay. Continuing just a quick line of questions. So what does Israel have to gain by kicking Palestine out?
Not just the exploitation of the land, but the resources that come with the land as well. So a lot of people have been saying that the reason why, and there was actually reports that fucking backed this shit up, of them finding oil, is the reason that Gaza was invaded the way that it wasn't really because of Hamas or the hostages. It was because of the fact that they found oil in Gaza. They found the oil.
Dang.
Yeah. So so Gaza where it's at, like the strip, it's on top of like just amounts and amounts of oil. And what is any country, well, not to say that all of them do this, but like if an oppressive entity gets word that there's money to be made,
yeah, and
resources to exploit, what do you think they're going to do? And that is also what they have to gain, on top of building even more land. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys, like, Israel is not just, they're attacking Palestinians. Israel has attacked Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan, I think, too. Like, they are not neighbors. They're not good neighbors.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's, honestly, like, I don't know if you've ever met some Lebanese people, but depending on where they're from, too. But the ones that grow up along the border of Palestine, like, they'll tell you for themselves that they probably lived through bombings themselves. Because there's, a lot of towns near the border between, like, Lebanon and Palestine and Israel. A lot of those towns have been bombed at some point by Israeli forces, because when you're a government that is only for just literally just murdering people and shit, you really think that you're not going to want to take even more land. Like, that greed, it's a cup that is never filled. And that's why they do the shit that they do. That's why they bomb their neighbors, because they want their land too. Yeah, it's just, it's a never, so that's why, again, too, it's like, you kind of should care, because, like, this entity, Israel, like, the government, is, they're becoming so, not powerful, although the reason why they're powerful is because of the United States. It's because of the fact that the United States backed them up, no matter what.
We are helping them, basically, and we don't even.
Yes, involuntarily, because our taxes are literally just taken away already by the government.
Yeah.
But
And I guess as a voter, someone who hasn't even voted, I'm also, I guess, responsible in a sense too, because I don't vote. I mean,
I'm gonna be really honest with you. In terms of voting, I don't really think it's going to make much of a difference, only because on a federal level, I think state-wise is a little bit different. I think if you're voting within your state, you could do a little bit more change. Like for this, like the LA County, for example, like you could definitely vote people in, even in your own city, like look who the fuck up, who your mayor is.
I don't even know.
Oh, actually, I looked it up. I looked up the mayor of this town, and it's really interesting. She her dad, I think, was a Fed, and I think she was a Fed too, or her dad was a cop or some shit. Like, a lot of ties to, like, law enforcement and the FBI. Dios mío. And that's already its own issue, in my opinion.
Hiring from within. Well, I mean, I guess some people would say too, probably. I mean, I know this is a different topic,
but
so maybe I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna put my 2 cents in.
No, but I found out, though, that she, because there was indigenous people here. This was all indigenous land. So they were supposed to have, like, this, like, ritual, not a ritual, or something like that, like a little ceremony. They're going to have a ceremony by by West Covina and stuff. And that, like, the woman who was leading this, the indigenous woman, she, like, dropped out of it. Because she was like, they were treating me really bad. And there was no communication, completely, like, blackballed, like, no talking. Like, I was, like, treated as a nuisance. And like, this is my home. Like, this is literally like the territory that my tribe resides in, that we were in, and we're treated like this. Like, that's crazy. And it was, yeah, the mayor, very interesting. I honestly have to do more research on other stuff, but I could definitely probably find some pile of shit too in that pile.
Dang, man, it kind of makes me just want to run myself, but I think I'm too young. But I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna just move on here. Shoot. Because we're going to be here for years. There's going to be people forming around us.
What was the last question that you asked, though? Because I feel
what does Israel have to gain by kicking Palestine out?
Oh, yeah, no. Just the grabbing other resources and the exploitation of the land, building more settlements, eventually taking even more countries like Lebanon. That's why we were discussing the bombings right now. Because why do you blow people up if not for a reason?
Yeah, and see, that's something I want to talk about too. We actually we kind of covered it, but because I saw someone post something on YouTube that was very alarming to me because they're supposed to be a university. Do you know? So how many people have Hamas killed? What are Hamas
on the attack?
In general, I mean, maybe we shouldn't pull that up, but I'll just say this from. I don't know. Because I don't think you have. Do you have the numbers? Do you know the numbers of?
I know the numbers on the day.
Okay.
The day that happened. I don't know the whole numbers of like.
Do you know how many people the Israeli forces have killed?
Do you want me to be really honest with you?
Yes, please. We could do both. We could do the ones on the day and just that alone. Because I think I know. I've seen the numbers.
Well, Palestinians right now what Israel has done right now. They've killed. We did cover this earlier, but it's 25,000 people, as of right now. 25,000 people. 7,000 of them, maybe even more. I think it's 7,000 are under the rubble still. So that means that their remains haven't even been found. That they're still trapped under all the destruction that the bombs have caused. And then 2 million Palestinians want to evacuate, and they're still waiting evacuation. But because there is no ceasefire or no solution to anything, they're just stuck waiting there. So and then in terms of like the numbers on the other side, Israelis on the day October 7th happened, I think the number is like 1,300 or 400.
It's too many on both sides for me, to be honest. I mean, that's Palestinian. That's a lot of people that Israelis have killed, though. That's
and I'm not saying
that's
though.
A lot. I'm not saying either or.
I'm not saying though. I'm not saying these numbers because I want Israeli people to dead or anything. No, it's not because of that. It's the reason why, and it's good that you asked me that question earlier. Why does Hamas exist? They exist because of all the things that Israel has done for the past 75 years, and it just mounted to this thing. It just exploded in their face. All the things that they have done, it exploded, and unfortunately, people that were killed. I can't even speak English right now. Bear the brunt of the attack. When in reality, it was only just trying to bring attention to the issue and also fuck some IDF shit up.
Oh, I got you.
And to also get back at the IDF and the Israeli government, not its people, to all the things that they have been doing for the past 75 years and all the things that they're doing right now in the West Bank. Because people are only looking at Gaza. We haven't looked at the West Bank yet. The West Bank are under constant surveillance. They have never seen the sea. They have never seen the other side. They've never been to Gaza.
Wow. So they're just segregated there then. They're born, they live, and they die just in the West Bank, basically. Wow.
Unless you go to another country. Or unless you go into Israel. But you have to have special passes for that. And the thing about when you go to the West Bank and when you go to Gaza, especially the West Bank though, there are military checkpoints everywhere by the IDF. Everywhere there's checkpoints. And these checkpoints, so the West Bank is really big, right? Well, it's not that big compared to the rest of Palestine that's occupied and whatnot.
I'll bring a whiteboard next time.
We were talking about the fact that the numbers on both sides. Okay, so so that's what I know about of the other side, on the Israeli part and whatnot. But we were talking about the West Bank.
Yes, the West Bank and how
Oh yes, they're under military checkpoints all the time though. Like when you look at the West Bank, it's not as big as the other territories. Like I was fucking saying for like the past 5 minutes. I've been repeating myself.
No, you're good.
So it'll take you what, like an hour or two, I think, to like drive by like from one city to another, when it should take less than that. The fact that it's an hour or two or sometimes all day is because of these checkpoints. Like these checkpoints like fuck people's life up straight up. Like it could literally fuck up your day because they can keep you there endlessly. Like they can keep you there for like 2 days and then they're like, you can go if they feel like it. That's how much power there is that they have there. And that should kind of show you the relationship between the two. And that is exactly why I don't condemn Hamas. Because how the fuck are you going to, like, go through that and live through all that? And then, like, be like, I'm going to lay over and I'm just like, no.
Yeah. Because, yeah. I don't want to retread the ground, but yeah. No, I can understand that.
And it's not to say that all Palestinians are like they support their actions, because Palestinian people are not a monolith.
Yeah,
like,
there's
a lot of them,
a variety
like,
of people.
Yeah, there's just
it's just like not all black people agree on one thing, not all white people agree on one thing.
Well, the thing that could be said about anybody. Yeah, like
it's just a people.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mexican people, you know, Spanish people, whatever. It's just like, yeah, because then that gets into everybody being unique in their own way. You know, everybody's everyone's an individual. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think maybe like one or two more questions here. I don't know if I want to ask that, but let me see if there's a better one.
What is it?
Is Hamas really driven by Iran, or are they supported at all? Because I've somehow been hearing that Iran is involved with somehow.
Well, Iran is involved now though because.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
No, Iran is involved. Just separating it from Hamas for a quick second, Iran is now involved because Israel started bombing them. And so there have been clashes on both sides. So this is what I mean again when we go back to they're not good neighbors. They are not good neighbors. Their neighbors don't want them there.
Dang.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why Iran has started to come in. I think that there is, I don't know. I would have to do more research to say if there's a relationship between them. But I know that they know of each other. And and again, Iranian people, their government, it is completely two separate different things.
Yeah.
And again, Iran has its own militant force and resistance there too that doesn't agree with the government shit that they're doing.
They're dealing with their own thing, just like everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was just curious, just for the sake of.
Yeah, but there are Iranian groups that are resistance, I think, but they do support Hamas. Like they do support like what they're trying to do and the fact that they're resisting their oppression. Like they support that. That's not to say that all Iranian people do, because they don't. But there are certain like groups in Iran that like do support them. Okay,
because I guess it seems like what the media is pushing now, the narrative is that Iran is supporting Hamas or something.
No,
because that's what I'm being told.
Oh Lord.
And I'm being told that to ask these questions to you, which means that somebody must be thinking this, you know?
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, again, like it's actually not the government that's like being like A-okay like with Hamas necessarily. I would again have to like look that up.
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up too.
But from what I know though, there are groups there though that do support them, and they support what they're fighting, which is against their oppression. Yeah. Straight up. And Iran again is now only getting involved because of the fact that Israel has been bombing them, and there have been clashes now. So they're kind of like, to be quite honest with you, dude, it's not even Hamas that is like creating more tension. It's Israel themselves that's doing all this shit. It's crazy. You're getting more people involved. You're fucking bombing other countries or bombing your neighbors, bro. They're gonna get pissed off.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense. Yeah.
And then that's what happens when you. Why?
Don't
bomb your neighbors, bro. Don't do that. That's fucked up. Don't do that because they're gonna get angry, right?
Yeah, dude, be kind to your neighbor.
Yeah, bro. Don't do that.
Because if you need a cup of sugar, man, you know.
That's the thing. It's funny because
we're way past that now, but I mean, you know, I guess that's where we could end off there actually, because everything kind of just starts circulating again.
Mm-hmm.
So what are possible solutions, and what kind of outcome do you see happening as the way things are right now?
I think what we can do as people.
Yeah.
I think our biggest thing, again, because we live here, is making people aware. Talking about this, I think that's a really, like, just honestly, keep doing that. Keep fucking caring. Because oppressive entities count on you to not care. They want you to become desensitized.
Wow, that's a really great way to put it.
That's what they count on, for you to not care. For you to go about your life.
They pay for it. They literally pay to put things in front of you to keep you not
all this
seeing
consumerism that we see, all the things that are going on right now.
I'm like connecting the dots right now.
Yeah, dude, all the sales, they just push that things in our faces for us to become desensitized and not have empathy. But honestly, dude, not even just about this certain topic, but you as a human being, your greatest asset, regardless of what anybody tells you, is your empathy.
Oh, yeah.
Is your fucking empathy.
Yeah.
The ability to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and to care. Literally. Like, you know, that's honestly a big thing for me. That's how you know, inside at least, that you are aware of this and that you make people around you aware. That you fucking care. That way, caring and empathy, these things should be normal. And the fact that we have to normalize them speaks volumes.
Yeah.
But again, and also follow the money. That's another way for you to like back your shit up.
That's something I learned.
Boycott your shit. Boycott all the fucking big ass companies that are funding this shit. McDonald's, Burger King, Starbucks, all them.
Oh dang, Burger King. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go to McDonald's really, but we've been using.
And you can also look up BD.
Hey, I mean, yeah, I'll skip out on a cheeseburger. Shoot, like I know it's as simple as that. It's as simple as skipping out on a coffee or a cheeseburger. You're probably saving a life. Maybe you're not even saving a life, but you're just not giving
your money voluntarily to an entity that supports genocide.
Yeah.
That's the way to put it.
Dang.
Yeah. It's just that simple. Just don't buy it. Don't buy it. And honestly, also boycotting, that's the thing we're talking about right now. Also boycott, not just big businesses, but fucking all the nasty shit you see here, like candy. The candy, a lot of it comes from Israel. Or is funded by them.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't like candy, but... No, I really don't like candy.
I really don't like candy. No, dude, for real. Like, so, you know, just like become aware. I'm going to link you this too. The BDS, which is the... Fuck, I forget the name for it, but it's like an international like organization that calls for the boycotting of Israel-backed companies that like give money to them or are owned by them straight up, or have like super deep ties and whatnot. Wow. But it's an organization that emphasizes like the boycott because, dude, honestly, a lot of the time that's how shit gets changed. When you hurt their money, oh no, because nobody likes their money to be fucked with.
Yeah, nobody likes to lose their power either.
Yeah.
Anybody, they're not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah,
and if they have the power to fight back, it's not going to, but there's power in numbers, and the more people that know.
The more people that
the
know.
More power,
more people
power.
More people care.
More people that care.
That understand, and also too, like.
We have the power, man. We have
the
numbers.
We do. They just don't. They just make us become so desensitized that we really don't think that we're like, oh, what is me caring gonna do?
Yeah, what is little old me gonna do?
Yeah.
It's like
that's how they keep you. That's how they fucking get you, bro. That's how they get you. But no. Literally, always carry that shit inside you.
Care about yourself. Care about others. Like, if anything you take away from today, take that, I guess. Care about yourself.
Have
and
empathy.
Care about others.
Just fucking have empathy, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
We could just end it like that. Shoot.
You want to?
Yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything. I guess just really quick, what companies like support? I think we went over it, but just for the end here, so we get a nice good close. My nose is starting to
also
run.
really quick, you guys can also support your local communities by going down to protest and getting involved with the organizations there, because there's a lot of like youth movements too that help support the Palestinian cause. Like there's like the Youth for Palestinians, like there's an organizations like made by like young people who are supporting who are Palestinian sometimes too. Like, I'm gonna link you all this shit, dude, so you can like put it under your video and shit.
I want to, because I did the writer strike too.
Yeah,
and I was
but
interviewing people, so I want to go to these strikes and boycotts and protests. And I want to interview people. I don't want it just to be, oh, I'm safe at home. This is not my home, but you know what I mean. It's not my home, but you know what I mean.
No, I get
you know what I mean by being safe. Like just in a safe environment room. You know, there's
like you want to show real shit. Like you know, no, I get you. But just getting involved in your local community, like talking to others, you know, like getting involved in like protests and whatnot, and just getting involved in your community. That is also a really big thing that you can do as living here in the belly of the beast. So those are the 3 ways: have empathy, boycott, show up.
and
Those
care.
3.
More care.
Yes, empathy.
And yes, yeah. Oh man.
Any final notes? Any final?
Yeah, a big. So I think you already said it. The main supporters. I'll put them up on the screen. I'm gonna like put an edit. So like every name you say, I'm just gonna like it's gonna pop up. So supporters of people big companies that support Israel.
Let me show. Hold up.
All right.
I'm gonna like. Oh, dude, I have the page right here. I got my fucking shit right here.
It's gonna make me a little more busy, but it's okay. Oh, it's worth it.
Sorry.
I need to make these a little bit. Put a little more depth into
BDS National Committee, boy. All right, we're gonna go. It is Puma, Amazon, Disney, fucking. Oh my God, McDonald's, Starbucks, Papa John's, Domino's. Oh my God. And then we got Chevron, we got Intel, we got HP. Oh my God, y'all are just nasty. Oh my, and Google. That should already be expected. Yeah, but these are all the ones. These are all the ones that support it. And yeah.
Send me that if you could, please.
I will. I'm gonna send it to you right fucking now. Shit.
But yeah, so there you have it, people. That's
empathy. Have some motherfucking empathy. Research. Get involved in your local community and boycott.
You heard it. This has been Dejavu Radio. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being on again. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, definitely. Shoot, I always like to get a fist bump on camera. All right, peace, guys. Stay safe out there. I know it's like you've heard it all before, but that's what Dejavu Radio is.